Hello everybody, Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Room Service Beeze. I apologize if you guys hear any ambient noise from outside. They're doing some maintenance work on the lawn, blowing things off. So this live stream that Foodie is doing, or did last night, she was in a very expensive hotel room by herself. And what did she do last night? She sat in the room, live streaming her little heart out, eating everything out of the mini bar, which any of you that's ever stayed in a hotel, you know that's a big mistake because if you eat things out of the food they provide in the room or you drink from the mini bar, they will charge you for it and it's not going to be cheap. It's rather expensive to eat anything that's provided for the big expensive hotels. So she sat in the room binging out on the food and the drinks provided by the hotel, talking about Natter, talking about various things. A lot of people speculated that she got the room because she wanted to spend time with Natter. A lot of people thought that when she got the room that Natter would be joining her last night. Thing is, while she was live streaming, Natter was also live streaming pretty much all day long. So we're all left scratching our heads. Why did Foodie Beauty get a very expensive hotel room if all she was going to do was stay in it by herself? I mean, she didn't call anybody else. She didn't spend time with anyone else. It was just her staying in a really luxurious room alone. What's interesting is that she's been crying poor for the longest and saying she didn't have enough money, she had to budget, that her paycheck was already spoken for. She talked about borrowing money from family, getting the payday loans, and yet here she is in a very expensive room. So for someone who claimed to be poor or didn't have much money, spending money on a hotel room is not something you do when you're lacking money, is it? The money that she spent on this hotel room, she could have used for other things that she needed to do, like say, take the cats to the vet, get them checked out, maybe get them groomed. They need to be groomed really bad. Bought pet supplies, maybe paid for a maid service for her house so it can get clean. I mean, the money could have been better spent if she was going to spend it. Foodie was in her room all night long, and I didn't cover this last night because I was on the phone for several hours talking to a dear friend of mine that we haven't connected in quite a while. And so I just had a wonderful, enjoyable conversation with this person. So much so that we spent several hours on the phone. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning talking to him. And I have to say, it was a great conversation and was one I needed to have because I just needed a break from Foodie. And what better break than talking to a good friend? You know, Foodie, you like to say that you have friends, but I seriously doubt that you could ever have a moment like I had. Just talking on the phone with a friend, having such a wonderful, enjoyable, humorous conversation, and even at 3 o'clock in the morning, hanging up and feeling very positive about it. It really was what I needed to feel better. So I didn't get to this live stream, but I'm getting to it today. So let's just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see Miss Foodie. And there she is. So before we get into Foodie's live stream, let me show you guys something of interest. So it would seem that Natter has a court case today. No, I did not cow tip. I took this directly from Twitter. And although Natter is known for doxing people, as is Chantal, I didn't want either one of them to come back and say, oh, you know, you're doxing Natter by showing all his information. So I blanked part of it out. But there's a screenshot. He's got a court case today. That might be the reason why Foodie got the room. She got the room so she could stay in it and then the next morning take him to his court case, and then do a coffee Beeze or something, and that would be her cover. She could say, oh, I just stayed in the room by myself. You guys didn't see him there. Maybe she wanted to get the room because after the court case, they could spend time together in the room, but she wanted to put on appearances that they weren't spending time together. But here's the information for you. There's a court case. Maybe she drove him to his court case. Don't know. But there it is. There's a screenshot from Twitter. I didn't cow tip. I didn't go looking around for this personal information. It's just all over Twitter. So back to Miss Foodie. There she is in her room. This live stream went on for almost 5 hours. We're not going to watch the entire 5 hours. We ain't got time for that over here. And I'm sure those of you that are watching, you don't have time. So I just wrote down some timestamps, some things we're going to cover. We're going to move on to the comment section and call it a day. I think that sounds reasonable. So let's get to with this thing, shall we?
We're on our way. You guys can show up if you want. You need a key to get in the elevator. Oh. And then everyone's going to show up at my... You need a key, a special key to get in. Classic Sardobi. It's Sabo. Accent on the O.
If you were in the United States, we just call you Saralt because that's basically your name. Saralt. Chantal Saralt. We're not going to fancy it up for you. We're just calling you by what your name is. Chantal Saralt. You're trying to make yourself sound all fancy. You calling yourself by Sarol, that's like us over here calling Target Target. It's Target, doggone it.
Stairs. You need a key to get in the staircase. Okay, guys, what should I buy from this hotel room? Should I buy a pillow? No, wait, I want to buy... I think the only thing I'm going to buy is that linen spray. It smells so good in here from that linen spray, and my friggin' sheets smell like fupa. Therefore, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not kidding. And you know what, Chantal? If you want your house to smell good, there's a little thing that most of us do to make our houses and our linen smell good, and that's called cleaning. Cleaning things, keeping things clean, washing your sheets, washing your pillowcases, washing your blankets, washing your clothes, washing yourself. You keep things clean, they smell good. You've got a washing machine and you've got a dryer in the villa. They're practically right next to your bedroom. All you got to do is wash them. Just put them in there, put a little soap and maybe some scented crystals, and you're good to go. And your clothes and your linens will smell perfect. If your house stinks, it's because you're not cleaning it.
God, the SGM jokes are not even funny. Wait, no. People are still joking about Nadia. Look at the brand of the pillow. You don't need to buy anything. Stop buying stuff. Just the spray and the candy and the beer and the dry martini and the charcuterie board. I can't afford $700 in room service. I hope it's not.
Now, she just named off all the things that she bought for that room, plus the room itself. Anybody on Chantal's side of the fence that you might come over here and watch my react, take note of all the things she said she bought for that room as well as the room. Keep that in mind in about a week or two when she's coming to y'all and she's saying, I'm broke. She's so broke she can't go to Starbucks. She's so broke that she has to eat food at home versus ordering takeout. Remember this moment. Remember this moment where she's staying in a hotel room that costs several $100s, and she's accruing to the cost of the room by consuming things in the room, which is always a mistake. If you stay at a very high-end hotel, if you stay at a high-end hotel and they have a mini bar or snacks, trust me, they're not being nice. They're not giving you that stuff for free. You eat or drink anything in a room, they're going to charge you for it. But just keep this moment right here in mind. When she starts crying broke and talking about payday loans and borrowing money from family, remember this moment where she's in a high-end room which she did not need, completely unnecessary cost, drinking from the minibar, eating the food there, spending money in a really reckless way. Remember this right here. And before you feel sorry for her, remember this moment and say to yourself, if she's broke or close to broke, that ain't our problem. And it's not our fault. Don't feel sorry for her and think you have to send super chats to compensate for her stupidity.
Oh my god, the cats would. I bet you if Sam and BBJ were here, look where they would sleep. Up there, guaranteed. Although Sam is fat. No, they wouldn't be able to get up there. I don't think. Those gym jokes are funny. As long as they don't bug him, I guess. I don't know. I hate the idea of people getting bugged.
You know, I just saw something. Let me go back to it.
Okay, guys, what should I buy from this hotel room? Should I buy a pillow?
There's something I saw
No,
on the
wait,
wall
I
that I
want to
want to point
buy.
out.
I think the only thing I'm going to buy is that linen spray. It smells so good in here from that linen spray, and my friggin' sheets smell like fupa. Therefore, I'm just kidding. Oh, God. We're here, look where they would sleep. We're here, look where they would sleep.
Okay, I stopped it here for a reason. Because I know what this is. This is a yoga mat. So if Foodie wanted to do some really entertaining, humorous content for her channel, she could have done some yoga. Or at least attempted to do some yoga. That's a yoga mat. That's what's hanging up there. I've never heard of a hotel providing a yoga mat, but maybe this one does. But if she wanted to do some really entertaining content to make people laugh, she could have like just done some mock yoga, some yoga poses. That's what this is. This is a yoga mat. Missed opportunity, Foodie. There's something in the room that you could have used to do some humorous content. And you know what? If you meditated and if you did yoga, you'd feel better. Missed opportunity for entertaining content right there.
Up there, guaranteed. Although Sam is fat. No, they wouldn't be able to get up there. I don't think. Those gym jokes are funny. As long as they don't bug him, I guess. I don't know. I hate the idea of people getting bugged. Can I kiss you guys?
No, please don't. We know you don't brush your teeth.
Am I rich again? Yeah, pretty much. No.
No, she's not rich. She just has money in her pocket right now, and that usually doesn't last for very long. If you were really rich, Foodie, you would have money in your pocket for more than a week.
If I was smart and had good work ethic, I probably could be rich at this point. I could probably make at least $1 million, I'm sure.
I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt that you would make $1 million. You make between what you said, 7,000 and under $20,000 a month. And even still with the money you make, you're making more money than most of the people that are watching you, and maybe some of the people that react to you. But if you screwed your head on straight and you provided entertaining content for all your platforms, you could probably boost up your income, I would say another 2, 3, 4 grand. That wouldn't make you a millionaire, but you'd still have that money in pocket. But your problem is you're making enough money that you can provide for Natter, you can pay your rent, you can buy your edibles, you can buy Starbucks, you can buy your Nashies, and as long as you got all those things covered, you're golden, at least in your head. You're that person that, as long as you got that stuff covered, you're not going to do anything. Once your income dips down to where you can't afford those things that you like, then you're going to try to get up and do something. But by then, it might be too late.
If I really grinded, don't kiss me, woman. Why?
Because your breath is foul. You don't brush your teeth.
I'm just gonna move in here. You have to brush your teeth first. Especially since I had tzatziki sauce with extra garlic. Martini.
Okay. Ooh, so Prissy Hippie says, Shan, they have a spa with open air hot tubs. Take us there. Wow. So you mean to tell me, Foodie, you're staying in a nice hotel and you're paying all that money and they've got a spa with an open air hot tub and you're not using it? Girl, dang it. Let me tell you, if I stayed in a high-end hotel and they've got all kinds of extras, I'm going to be using them. Seriously, like what's the point of paying all that money for a nice hotel and then not really enjoying yourself there? You're just sitting in your room eating. You can do that anytime. You can do that at home. You stay at a hotel like that when you really want to treat yourself. Problem is, the only thing you're treating yourself to, and as far as the hotel, is the food. But look at that. They got a spa with an open air hot tub. I mean, we're using those. Another missed opportunity for content.
Okay, who am I going to drunk text tonight to come to this hotel room? Obviously, it has to be someone who drives. Or a cab. Jose. Jose. And I don't think he's real, but he is.
He's not.
I'm the next Mr. Beeze. Jessica Messica. Jessica? Oh yeah, Jessica Messica. That's Natter's new girlfriend, eh?
Yeah, so apparently during my time talking to my friend last night, some drama went down on Natter's side of the fence. Apparently, his mod, Jennifer Corvina, is no longer a mod. And Jessica Messica is now the mod. I guess she's the new flavor of the week. Here's something that I also found on Twitter regarding Jessica Messica. So this came from the farms. This person says, I can't sleep and went down a rabbit hole of Jessica Messica crap. She is more than likely just trolling him. I ended up on her Reddit where she has random family crap and talks crap about Nads, Dee and Gunt. Nader really doesn't check out his mods very well to make sure they aren't trolls. And he gave this one a wrench. Corvina is mad Nads has a new girl, but I don't think Messica's baby daddy and 2 kids are going to have room for Nads. Plus she has a cat, and we all know how he feels about those. So there's that. That was from Twitter. Took that off of Twitter. But yeah, Nader has decided to switch things up and remove Jennifer Corvina from her mod status and give it to Jessica Messica. So I guess that is his new favorite. Also, something that happened last night, and again, I missed this because I was on a phone call. Gary Unfiltered did a couple of live chats last night, and from what I've been told by the mods there, it was a madhouse. There were different people from Nader and Chantal's side coming into the room And one of them was Chantal herself. Chantal actually came into Gary's room, along with a few other Beezers. Chantal, keep your ass out of Gary's room. You are so not welcome there. And if all you're going to do is get mad at the reactors and what they have to say about you, I just don't see the sense of you going into a room where you know you're not going to hear anything good about you. All you're going to do is make yourself mad and rage. Honestly, like, what is the point of going into the chat of like Monty or Gary Unfiltered? What are you trying to do? Like, what is your point being there? I think that you were bored last night because Natter wasn't around and you decided to make yourself known in the reaction channels. Let me tell you something. You step into a reaction channel chat, we are not going to be nice to you. We're not going to welcome you. If you want a hug box, have that on your own channel. We're not going to give it to you on Gary Unfiltered. We're not going to give it to you. We're going to tear you to pieces as you deserve because you're a rotten, evil person.
She probably just, poor girl, wants to have fun and people are probably already doxing and harassing her. Can you guys just leave people alone?
So are you taking up for one of Natter's mods? I thought you hated him. So wouldn't you also not like those that support him and that mod for him? See, this confusing, conflicting narrative is what gets people frustrated and angry at you because you just can't stick to one story for at least a week.
Yeah, I was kidding. Tweety, I said that because every time I say I have a new guy, somebody on Twitter or somewhere will post Natter with a different mustache. Because you guys don't think any other dudes will ever talk to me other than him.
That's because you've gone back and forth too much, saying, we're not seeing each other, I'm done with him. And then later on, you rage and say, I lied to you guys and I was seeing him and we were at the motel and here are all the receipts. And oh, look, I also have these text messages. And you do videos with the text messages. That's why we don't believe you. Because you say there are different guys, but there's no evidence of different guys. It's just you lying unnecessarily about seeing Natter and him lying about seeing you. And the two of you are ridiculous. There's no reason why you can't say, yes, we are talking. We're seeing each other as friends. We're hanging out. You're both adults. You want to hang out? Hang out. You want to spend money on him? Spend money. But the lying is what pisses people off because you're treating your audience and everybody else's audience like we're stupid, like we don't have more than 2 brain cells, and we do. That's what gets people angry. You want to see Natter and deal with him, go for it. But don't treat us like we're stupid. We're not. You're not the smartest person in the room. We are.
And you know what I've discovered? Yes, I can get dudes. Okay? I can get nice dudes who are nice to me. And
well, if that's true, if you can get nice dudes who are nice to you, why aren't you hanging out with them? Why are you in a room all by yourself? Why is there no one there with you? You know, I'm not saying you can't go to a room and enjoy yourself. You certainly can. You can be alone and go to a nice hotel room and treat yourself and feel like queen for a day or two. You can do that. I could do that. I could go to that hotel and have a fabulous time. But Chantal is someone, she doesn't know how to be alone. She hates being alone, hates it. That's why she's always live streaming because being on camera is not just about making money. It gives her a chance to talk to people. That's her social interaction, is talking through her channel. She's not about off the camera interactions. YouTube is her social life. I mean, she's in a beautiful room with all kinds of extras that she has access to. And what is she doing? She's doing the same stuff in the room that she does at home. If I were there, I would be seeing the sights and doing things and just taking advantage of the free time and the environment. Not Chantal. She's going to sit in the room and talk about nothing and binge.
And he'll claim me. Okay. Okay. He said hello. Oh, I forgot. I want to edit my vlog. I forgot about some footage I got today. You have to admit that's hilarious. Oh, the mustache. Yes. Yes.
Okay, enough with this. We're moving on to, let's see, I'll stop it right about here, where she talks about the panel. She's going off about that again.
I'm not even angry that people talk about me. I mean, I expect it at this point. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me back up a little bit further.
I don't like when people are fake and when they lie. Empathize about what? How can you empathize? Well, no, I do. No, they're happy together, so there's nothing to feel bad about. When you hurt their feelings, feel it as well. Yes, I do. You don't think I feel bad? I don't like hurting people's feelings.
What? You don't like doing what? I don't like hurting people's feelings. You don't. You have doxed people. You have bullied people and shamed people. You've used your platform to go after people that have an opposing opinion. Even your Beezers are not safe. Cash Shelton. Sorry about that phone call. So let me just turn my phone off. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But she has used her platform to bully and harass people, even her own Beezers. If a Beezer speaks out or does something she doesn't like, or gone on somebody's panel, she will use her platform to humiliate and embarrass her Beezers. We saw what happened with Sandy and Ange. They were loyal supporters of hers. She went after S-Jam. I mean, nobody is safe from her humiliation. She's talked about people she doesn't even know, strangers on the street. She's all about weight shaming, age shaming. And remember that community post she just made not too long ago where she showed a side profile of Dee Dee and making fun of her weight, even though Chantal is much bigger in size. Did that too. I mean, there's so many examples of her hurting people's feelings and not caring how other people feel. She'll go after Natter when it suits her. I don't like hurting people's feelings. Give me a break.
Who have I given shit to I have not felt bad about and regretted it later? If I was not an empath or I was a narcissist, I would blame the person.
You're not an empath, but you are definitely narcissistic. And you've said it yourself. A lot of times narcissists, they don't even realize that they're narcissists. They don't think they're doing anything wrong because they are so self-centered and self-absorbed. And that is you all day long, Foodie.
Yes, I do. I do. I do stalk her. But I don't think she's not. It's not the same situation at all. I don't think so. I don't know. I hear that word all the time, plain cheese. Why are you saying Corvina and FFG? I blame everyone. No, I don't. What do I blame people for?
Everything.
Breezy, I'm sorry, I'm not apologizing. That's fucking bullshit. Because garlic bread is fucking rude, and she's defending him.
I'm going to say this. I have watched Just Breezin' today. She's a lovely person. She's so gentle in her approach. She's not a bitch. She's definitely not a bitch. A lot of people enjoy her content because she's She tries to take a fair approach, even with Chantal. And she has been encouraging to Chantal as far as, again, approaching the content. She's been kind to Foodie in her approach. So because Just Breezin has no problem with garlic bread, you're going to go after Just Breezin. As far as garlic bread, I like his content too. I think he's a great reactor. I love watching his videos. He's very, very straightforward, very educated. I mean, he's very no nonsense. He just puts the truth out there. And anybody that speaks truth, especially a lot of it, Foodie is going to have a problem with you. And she's going to rage about you eventually. You know, if you are brutally honest in your approach talking about her, she's really going to hate you, because reality and truth are two things that she's allergic to. So she's raging still about garlic bread, and she's raging about Just Breezin. Two really great reactors on YouTube.
He makes shit up all the time. Exactly.
No, he doesn't. See, I hate that. I hate how she says that the reactors make stuff up. How can we make stuff up, Foodie? When we take your footage, we'll play it. And as we're playing it, we're giving our commentary as it's going on. And people can see and hear what you're doing and what you're saying at the same time. How are we making stuff up? All we're doing is giving our opinions on the content that you post. So there's no making stuff up, ma'am. We can speculate about certain things. If you're doing certain activities and we're not sure, speculation is allowed. But given that you are a creature of habit and you've got the same habits and the same patterns with the habits, usually the speculation tends to be a bit more on the right side. But it really makes no sense to go after reactors and say we're making stuff up. We're not. We're just giving our opinions on the footage that you yourself provide.
Exaggerates shit. Peas of a pot, 2 friggin' peas of a pot, I guess. Like, what? Okay, it's your friend, but don't give me shit for defending myself. What the fuck? That's so weird. No, that breezy person was giving me shit so far. Because, like, I'm sorry, but I find that Gorlick person very loopy. For a reaction channel, like, they don't get anything right.
They get everything right, and you hate it. You know, I'm absolutely certain that you wish with all of your little bitter black heart that there was not reaction channels on YouTube reacting to you. Because if there were no reaction channels, you could spin whatever narrative you wanted, whatever made up drama story arc you wanted, and people would believe it. I bet you wish there wasn't the other side to that. There wasn't the counterbalance. The reaction channels, we provide the counterbalance. Where you get on YouTube and you spread your lies, we give truth. Where you get on and you aggravate people, you trigger people, we make your content bearable to watch. Because it has become unbearable. It's unbearably boring, toxic, irritating, it's negative. The reaction channels work hard to make what you do entertaining and bearable for other people that want to keep up with your shenanigans. So you can sit there and go ahead and rage about us. You can get mad. You can rage about FFG or FBRC or Just Saying or Just Breezing Today or Garlic Bread or Charlie Gold or Monty or myself or Kaya. You can rage about whoever you want. You can rage all day long sitting in your, too overpriced hotel room, binging on the food and drinking from the minibar. But nothing's going to change that way. You're not going to get rid of the reaction channels. You're not going to stop us from doing what we're doing. We're going to be here to call you out on your bullshit because we don't co-sign it. We're going to make our reaction videos, and anybody that wants the truth about you can find it. And they can have the choice of whether they want to be on your channel and watch you and all of your lies, scamming, and deception, or go to reaction channels and hear what's really going on.
I don't know. Yeah, I did blame him for that, yep. She cries easily. Wow. I don't like people like, how are you gonna act like you're nice and then condone that person's like what they say about me? Give me a break. The niceness is fake at that point.
No, Reason is allowed to have friends if she wants. She's allowed to talk to whoever she wants, same as you. So if one reaction channel likes another reaction channel, that makes them bad. That makes them awful. If they say, hey, I like your content and I like your approach, that makes them bad. No, it just means they like them as a reactor.
Garlic bread feels mean-spirited. Yep. Hi, Breezers. I'm so nice and gentle, but yet I'm going to support really mean bully reaction channels.
You know, as far as reacting to Chantal, I try to take the sensible approach, the calm approach. And I do that for several reasons. One, because Chantal does 6 to 9 hours of live streams a day on average. And her content is not the most positive. It's very, very irritating. So by staying calm and not getting all worked up, I am not going to let this one right here put me in such a mood that every time I do a react, I am all worked up. I am so angry that I can't see straight. I am not going to let her get me to that emotional state where I am so bothered that I can't function. So I stay calm and I do my reacts and I just simply react to what she's doing, and I can keep a calm, sensible, reasonable state of mind and do my reacts the same way. In other words, she's not worth getting mad over. Her life is her life. Some other reactors are much more energetic about their approach. Some are much more brutally honest and straightforward, like Garlic Bread. You know, he just spits out the truth left and right, and Foodie hates that. And she could only dream of being with a gentleman who was that educated, who had so much going on for himself. She could only dream of being with a guy that focused and educated and spitting that much truth. She could never get a guy like that, ever. Someone who's got his head on straight, someone who's educated and knows what to do, knows what to say. She could never. And no, I don't have a crush on Garlic Bread. I'm just saying, with his approach and the way he speaks, he's a very well-educated man, and it shows. And, you know, he's so educated that someone like that is way above her head, way above her pay grade.
And at one point, like, if you are negative and calling out every single thing I do and turning it into a negative, that's fucking bullshit.
We don't have to turn everything you do into something negative. It's already negative. Your content is negative. It's not like we're taking positive content and putting a false spin on it. It's already negative. We're just reporting on what we see. That's it. If you're sitting there binging on food, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to praise you for that? If you're getting high on camera, are we supposed to praise you for that? If you're getting drunk and acting the fool, are we supposed to praise you for that? What do you do in your content that we are supposed to praise you for? Please let me know. What positive is there in your content that we are supposed to go, yeah, that's okay? Because I don't see anything. I really don't. Sorry, you're acting the fool. We're going to call you out for acting the fool. We're not going to co-sign on your bullshit. We're not your hug box. We're not your yes men. We're not your enablers. We're going to call you out. And there's an old saying, you don't like it, don't look. Or in your case, don't look and don't listen to it and don't come into the reaction channels acting the fool, because we're not going to be nice to you there either.
So don't act there like you're all painting and you're all positive when your channel is just all fucking supporting bullies and picking apart everything I do. But she's not right, Mimi Pondu. They all accuse me of stupid shit, like how I'm feeling, or I don't care about my beezers, or this and that. Like, just dumb.
You don't care about your beezers. And you have said, Foodie, your words when it comes to your beezers, you have said that they're basically disposable. You have said many times, oh, you want to leave? Leave. I'll just get new beezers. You told your beezers they are disposable. These people that you call your friends are disposable. Let me tell you something. You got a real friend. A real friend is not someone you're going to put into the trash. A real friendship is not disposable. But you said that your beezers are of no concern to you, that if you block and ban them, if you get rid of them, it doesn't matter because there's always going to be new ones walking in the door. You treat people as if they are not important, they are disposable, and if they leave, big deal. That's you. That's your approach to life.
Some little things that really just annoy me. I don't like when people are fake and when they lie. Ironically.
Have you looked in the mirror? That's the biggest faker there is. Your own, what you see in your own reflection. You are a fake, phony person. You come on camera telling a bunch of lies. You're not even honest with yourself. You have a bazillion filters on your phone because you don't like the way you look. And you're putting on a false version of yourself. And you can't stick to one narrative. 1 minute, you say you don't care what people say about you. But at the same time, you use a bunch of filters, which shows that you really do care. You lie about your weight when you don't have to. You know, you keep trying to convincing yourself that you are 350 pounds, that when you look in your screen with all those filters, that's how you really look. You know, you live your life of fantasy.
Actually, I've like pretty much shown you guys receipts for like pretty much everything. So if you want to see receipts, ask me. I showed you the unicycle guy. You thought I was lying about that guy. And pretty soon, on Wednesday, you're going to see that Modem man is real. And tomorrow night, you're going to see that Moroccan man is real. And Jose is real. Another lie by FFG. Again, Modem man's not real. He's imaginary. We'll see. And then people will still support her for her lies. But me, I get called out for my lies. Okay. My raging multi-love. Mo?
Can I say something about those of us that react to Foodie? Us reactors? If you encounter a reactor that's very straightforward, and they happen to get a bit snarky when talking about Foodie, that might be for a couple of reasons. One, because Chantal is a person that she's gone all her life being coddled, never being told no, and she is a 38-year-old entitled, spoiled, rotten brat. She's a narcissist. She doesn't care about people. Her behavior is awful. She lies all the time. It's really hard to be nice when dealing with somebody like that, especially if they take their awful manners, awful personality, and they put it on a live stream. You can't really say anything nice about things that are not nice. You understand? And if somebody is getting on live stream like Chantal does, and she openly lies to people when she doesn't have to, and she's engaging in reckless, toxic behavior and activities, again, how can you be nice when dealing with something like that? Some reactors may be a bit more blunt and honest than others. Some may be a bit more aggressive in their approach. But even if you start off in a place where you want to be nice to Foodie, you watch your content long enough, you just get to a point where you get so irritated and so fed up with the bullshit that you're like, screw it. I can't take this anymore. I'm just going to tell it like it is, because that's the right thing to do. Just tell it like it is. If she's hoping all the reaction channels are going to be nice to her, Chantal, you've got to do things in your live streams that are worth praising. We cannot and will not praise you for things that are reckless, toxic, and stupid. You want positive comments, you got to do positive activities. You can't act the fool, especially at 38 years old, because at 38, you should know better.
Monocycle. Hi, Jerry. I like when Chantal drags people who are nice to her, because I don't like fake niceness.
Oh, really? You don't? Well, that's what you are when you're around Natter. You know, you don't yell at him, you yell at everybody else. You punish everybody else for when he gets you angry. But whenever you're around Natter, you're not yourself. I remember all those live streams when you were openly seeing each other. You were not who you really were. You were pretending to be somebody else, putting on the good manners, talking in a softer baby voice. You weren't yelling and screaming around him. And then when you would go home, you would act completely different. So don't talk to me about being fake. You get around Natter, you are fake.
I don't like it. I'm not saying I never lie. No, I rarely do now, especially now. I'm trying to be very honest.
What?
But no, I'm not a huge liar like people think.
You are.
Have I lied about my feelings, I guess, towards Natter? Maybe. Because I get attacked. If I come on here and say, I love Natter, you're going to be like, oh, you're fucking pathetic. I don't want to hear it. How can you be a genuinely nice person and support bullying? Explain that.
Well, you're a big bully. You are a bully, ma'am. Talking about people's weight, their age, their appearance. You attack anyone for any reason because you are a vicious person. You are a bully, Chantal. You use your platform to embarrass and humiliate people when it suits you. It could be Natter. It could be one of your own Beezers if they happen to go into somebody's chat room and you don't like it, or they go on panel. You are a bully and you use your public platform to bully people. But the interesting thing is, if that person was in front of you for real, you wouldn't do anything. You'd be too scared. You do the bullying as long as you think you can get away with it and there's no confrontation.
Because that reaction channel is a glorified bully channel. A lot of them are. You lie and then come back to admit that you lied. About what? Things that don't matter, McGuns. Things I lie about? Like what? Like having, like, yeah. Okay, I lied about sneaking around and seeing Natter a few times.
A few times?
That really fucking matter? Does it really matter?
It does. It does, because you said this is your life. This channel is all about your life. So the content that you're showing people, you're showing them that you're a liar and you can't be trusted. That matters. Because when people look at channels to subscribe to, especially channels where you're doing like the life thing, they look for honesty. They look for sincerity. When people go and they subscribe to channels, one part of that is the content and the other part is the person. People like to subscribe to people that they feel are good people and that tell the truth. You don't tell the truth ever. You lie when you don't have to lie, when it makes no sense. So yeah, it matters when you lie. Because after too many lies, people look at you and say, I can't believe a single thing that comes out of this person's mouth. Not a single thing. This person is not genuine, they're not sincere, and they're horrible.
Yes, I did Beeze juice. I call them gossip rumor channels. So gossip rumor is a thing? I guess it does. I guess it is a thing. I guess that happens to everybody. When I said book a flight, I didn't mean Gatineau. This is Montreal. It's a step up. Comes off as high and mighty. Garlic bread comes off as high and mighty. They seem to think they can intimidate people and look down at you and us. Whatever. I'm not even angry that people talk about me. I mean, I expect it at this point. Yeah. When you first start YouTube, it's like weird and shocking. It's weird to see people talking about you. But whatever.
You know what, Chantal? I'm going to take a moment to call you out on your BS right here, right now. Since people can't come to you and get the truth, I'm going to give it to everybody. The content that Chantal does, she purposely does for the reaction channels. She wants them to talk about her. She purposely does things to make money on her channel, but she will purposely do things like the raging because she wants the reaction channels to cover it. Because she understands something, that if the reaction channels talk about her, it's kind of free promotion. I mean, some people that come to her channel came because the reaction channels talked about her. She says she hates the reaction channels for the truth they put on YouTube about her. But at the same time, she purposely does things to get the reaction channels reacting to her. So you can stop with the fake outrage about the reaction channels, Chantal. You design your content to be dramatic and toxic, so the reaction channels will cover you.
Either you're talked about or you talk about people. That's how it is. Don't like it? Don't watch. I love this hotel Beeze, but I know I miss my cats.
No, you don't.
Chantal, you don't have to prove to these bozos that any of these men are real.
Okay, this is an interesting comment. Bonita Applebum says, you said you don't care anymore about reaction channels, but then you get in a mood and change your mind. Right. One minute she's like, I don't care what they say. The next minute she's going into Gary Unfiltered's chat like she did last night, acting the fool. So you can't trust Chantal as far as her having an opinion or a point of view because it changes within minutes.
Selfies with the dates. Yeah, true. Excuse me, Alyssa. Can we see that Billy Idol impression? Oh, God. Maybe, can Angela remind me tomorrow when I have energy? Listen, Bonita, I don't care about reaction channels.
You do. You do. You do. You watch the reaction channels. If you didn't watch the reaction channels, why are you so angry about Reason Today and garlic bread? Why be so angry over things you claim you know nothing about and you're not paying attention to? You're angry because you do pay attention, because you do watch the content. You pay attention to all the reaction channels, Chantal. You go on their community posts, Chantal. You go on Twitter and scour around, Chantal. You pay a lot of attention to us. You may not want to admit it, but you do. You were in Gary's chat last night. And for someone who doesn't care and is unbothered, you sure were bothered enough to poke your head in there.
But I feel like I have a right to express my opinion on certain things. Right? You know, like if I see something, like I don't know, that's my opinion on it. I find that a lot of these reaction channels act like they're fucking high and mighty and so much better and more righteous They'll sit there and pick apart everything I do, let's say on Monty's panel, and he'll have the grossest.
Well, there we go. So she's bringing up Monty's panel, which proves she watches us. She watches Monty's panel. Nobody asked her to watch Monty and his panels. Nobody invited her in. She does it on her own. She absolutely does, because she's nosy. She's got to know what people are saying about her. It's sad, though, that some of the things she's heard on those panels and in the videos, she's not really sat and thought about what we're saying and why we're saying it. And she's never had a moment of self-reflection to think, maybe if this many people are saying this stuff about me, maybe I need to think about myself and my life and how I conduct myself, and maybe I need to change. I'm sure the reaction channels are probably the only thing in her life that have given her any kind of truth. But she doesn't want to listen.
Just people in there just picking apart every single thing, saying things like, ew, I would never stick my cock in her. Good, I don't want your cock anywhere fucking near me. So how is that not bullying? So I'm not supposed to ever, like, really have an opinion on anything, or what? Huh? How is that a reaction? How is that a reaction? It's not.
Sofa King says, Monty and his panel are so annoying. To you, maybe, Sofa King, because you're one of her enablers. I bet you're also a feeder, you creep. And yeah, I know who you are. You come into my chat, unwanted, uninvited, and I blocked you. Same thing with Ashley Lamborghini and Plain Cheeseburger. I blocked the Holy Trinity because I don't want you in my chat acting the fool. I don't want you in there. So unless you're coming into my chat on sock accounts, you ain't coming in. And if you don't like Monty and his panel, Sofa King, why are you watching? Why do you watch? Keep your little creep ass over on Chantal's side of the fence.
Monty and his panel are so annoying. They're obsessed. Actually, I did hear Sarah Jane say something fucking. It's like, why are you here? Why, like, they.
You're not one to talk about obsession. You say that we're obsessed with you, but you're over there being obsessed with Natter. Difference is, we get paid for our obsession, and you're paying for yours. Are you mad about that?
They'll ask her, why were you a Beezer? Why? Because obviously they liked hanging out with me, which makes sense. You talk about me for hours on a panel. You don't even fucking like me. Like, it doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, number one fan says Monty's panel bullied Roman. We didn't bully Roman. I have been in the audience when those panels happen. Roman, that little twerp, he makes a point to go into the chat room and make himself known and make a big deal of himself. And he has yet to figure out that he's not a big deal. He is a clout chaser. He rode Chantal's coattails for 5 minutes. He got some subs out of it, but he's not figured out, you know what? His 5 minutes are done. They've been done. He needs to go away now. He needs to go far away. We don't want to talk to him. We don't want to deal with him. He has no place on the reaction channels. He got what he got, knowing Chantal for 5 minutes, and he needs to go away now. But he keeps popping up in the chat where he is not wanted. And when he goes up on panel, he is highly disrespectful to the people there, condescending. And then when the panel jumps on him for acting that way, suddenly he's bullied. Roman is a loser, just like Natter. They're both losers. It's just that Roman hasn't figured out he is a loser and he needs to go away.
And I'm so sexy. They bully Roman. Please. You're in this beautiful hotel. I'm not upset at all. That's what I'm not. I own a boutique hotel and we have them ready if people ask. Call the front desk and ask.
Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's see, what's the next timestamp? I wrote down my timestamp so we don't have to go through this whole stupid thing. All right, so let's see. Oops, let me just back it up. Let's see.
Don't get mad, just have fun.
So now she's going to do the fake crying act.
Alright, I gotta go. Yeah, Lacey, I know. Excuse me. There's better out there and you deserve it. Thank you, Numi.
No, she doesn't. And I'm not being mean saying that as one woman about another woman. I'm saying that because that's the truth. She does not deserve better. She's gotten exactly what she deserves and what she paid for and what she wanted in matter. She is an awful, evil, rotten person. She's had decent men in her life and she did not treat them well. Pete was a halfway decent guy, had a job, had money, loved Chantal. They were engaged. She cheated on him. BB was a hardworking, decent guy with a job, with money. She cheated on him. So how does she deserve better? Why does she deserve better? When she's selfish, self-serving, rotten, spoiled, narcissistic, lacking in empathy or remorse or regret for anything she does wrong, there's no sense of self-awareness. Why does she deserve better? If she had a decent guy around her right now, she would wreck and ruin that man. She'd ruin their credit because she'd be borrowing money all the time, running up the expenses. She would need validation for being a worthy female and driving that person nuts. She's a stage 5 clinger. She would not be good for any decent man of the world. A train wreck female is never good for anyone.
I appreciate you guys for recognizing that. I know I'm a mess, and I know I'm fat, and I know I'm gross.
You know these things, but what are you doing about those things? Nothing. Nothing. So if you are those things and you don't make an effort to change those things, guess what? Those things keep going on. And your life is the way you design it to be. So if that's true, can you complain to anybody else about any kind of suffering in your life when it's all self-inflicted?
But I still feel like I deserve somebody not to hurt me. You know? I really don't feel like I deserve that. And I guess it just hurts to never get that closure, never get sorry.
Can I say something about pain? Something I've learned in my life about pain. If you're in pain, you don't really change the pain. You don't deal with the pain until it reaches a level where it's so unbearable that you have to do something about it. As weird as it may seem, if you're a person and you're used to a certain kind of pain, you can get comfortable with that pain. It becomes your normal. And because you think it's normal, you won't change it because you're just so used to it. But if you reach a level of pain above that, that doesn't feel normal, and if it gets unbearable, you will do what you need to do to not be in pain. You will make the change, whatever it is. So if Chantal's in pain in any way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's ongoing and it's not changing, it's because she's gotten comfortable with the pain and it's not reached a large enough level for her to do something about it. She's sitting there fake crying to us right now. But apparently the pain is not so bad that she's going to say, you know what? I'm in so much pain. I need to change things. I need to fix things. Whatever level of pain she's going through, it must not be unbearable because she won't change it. So if she's acting all sad right now and she's in pain, don't feel sorry for her because she's the only person that can change things. She's the only person that can change herself and make her life better. And it's her responsibility as an adult to do so. She's got the power to make her life any way she wants. And this life that she has, this is the way that she designed it. You are the architect of your own life, Chantal. You built your life this way, Chantal. And if you don't like it, you can remake it. It's such a shame, y'all, because when we're all born, we're born with 3 priceless gifts: life, free will, and choice. And with those gifts, you can design your life any way you want it to be, happy or unhappy. And Chantal has picked unhappy because that is the state that her life is in and it's ongoing and nothing is changing for the better. So don't feel sorry for her. She's the architect of her life. She has built her life to be what it is, and she's not remaking it. She's not drawing up another blueprint and putting that into play. Don't feel sorry for her. Her life is what she wanted it to be, and only she can fix that.
Never did. But thank you. Just more hate and ridicule after everything I've ever done. So I don't deserve 3. I didn't know I had 3 STDs. The fuck?
I don't feel sorry for that either. She got involved with a crackhead. If he did give her STDs, which I question that because that's something that none of us could know if she's lying or she's telling the truth. But let's just say on a devil's whim that he did give her 3 STDs. She's still talking to him. She's still seeing him. She's still paying his phone bill. She still gives him money for groceries. She lets him use her Costco card. I'm sorry, if somebody gave me an STD, that would be it. That would be all. Game over. That's just a line that once you cross it, you can't uncross it. I mean, I would never be with somebody in an unsafe way, but I'm saying if somebody did that, there would be consequences. There'd be serious consequences that would not be forgivable. But she forgave it. That he gave her not just 1, not 2, 3 STDs. 3. And still she supported him, and still she gave him money, and still she paid his rent, and still she bought the groceries. You didn't walk away from him after that. You kept on with things. So again, I don't feel sorry for you. You kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on. So any tears you shed right now, any misery you're in, you wanted that and you literally paid for it.
And no matter how much I really, 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 really wish things were different, but they're not, and they're never gonna be. So I just have to keep going every fucking day. So
Oh, and if you're so outraged by Natter, please explain, Chantal, how in Natter's live, we heard you walk in the house and we heard you talking to Dee Dee. Explain that. Explain how you're so angry at him and crying over him, but wasn't it just yesterday you went to his house and you got a key to Dee Dee's place? A key. You just walked right in. There wasn't a knock. You walked in. And you were talking to Dee Dee and laughing in the background. Yeah, you got caught. All of this crap is just that. It's crap. It's performative. It's you just adding the drama because the month is almost up and the pay period is almost up. So let's just turn on the waterworks and act like we're so hurt over Natter. Girl, ain't none of us buying what you're trying to sell.
Anyways, sorry. Like I'm going crazy sometimes. And I know I don't have to put myself through this, so why do I still feel fucking like weird attachment? Like cord cutting. I know Faith said that. Maybe I should try that cord cutting. You know. Yeah, I know this.
So Reginald Dahl says, yeah, even I'm surprised that Natter turned down the luxury suite experience. He must really be done with you. Well, this whole thing of her being alone in the room, that could just be a ruse, just to throw everybody off the scent. She's in the room tonight, alone. But that doesn't mean that she can't go pick him up today and bring him back, and they might spend a little bit of free time there. I mean, she still has the room. She's not back at the villa. So please consider that. You know, like her and Natter, they work so unnecessarily hard to convince people that they're not seeing each other when in fact they are. You know, Chantal works so hard that she's willing to spend several $100s on a room to try to make people believe they're not seeing each other. We know that they're seeing each other. We know this. So much effort put into covering up lies when the truth is so much easier and it's cheaper too. You ain't got to buy expensive hotel rooms just to put a lie out and try to make people believe it. This whole thing is ridiculous.
It's the meanness. I can't handle the meanness. Like, it's one thing to not like me, and like, but then to like purposely do things that you know are gonna fucking hurt. You know, like purposely go into bed, do things like that. Like why? Why?
You know what, Chantal? It's like this. You going back and forth to Natter. I compare it to somebody who is sitting next to a hot stove. And you know the stove is hot. You know it is. You can feel the heat coming off the coils. And knowing that it's on high, knowing that it's going to burn you, you put your hand on the coils anyway, and you get burned. And then you pull your hand back and go, I'm burned, my hand burns. Well, you knew the stove was hot. What are you doing touching it? And can you complain to your audience when you repeatedly touch the hot stove? You go back to what burns you. I mean, the first time you touch a hot stove, people might go, oh, I'm sorry, you're burned. Sorry that happened to you. After like the 20th time, people stop feeling freaking sorry for you because you should know better after the first time.
Why would you want to purposely hurt me? What did I ever do? I don't get it. Pamela Munsey, remember? Hi, Pamela already sent Beeze. No, not Moto Man. Moto Man is fucking 180. And he's meaner to me online. No. Yeah. Now, yeah.
There you go. Kristen says, well, stop watching him and you won't see what he's doing. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to put some space between yourself and somebody, you cut the cord completely. You stop paying their freaking bills. You stop buying their groceries. You stop buying their rent. You stop watching them or asking people in your chat, what is he doing? What's he saying on his live stream right now? You stop drunk dialing him. You stop all those things. If you initiate contact or you make a point to watch him, you're setting yourself up for more pain.
Lately, when I was with him at the hotels, I don't miss that feeling. I know I don't miss it. I know that when I'm with him for a day, I look how I lose my mind. So this is what I just keep thinking. I'm not even number two, of course not. Whoever he impregnated, whoever gave me 3 STDs and put my health in danger.
Oh, shut up with that. Please shut up. You put my health in danger. Since when do you care about your health, ma'am? Since when do you care about your health? Miss, I'm going to go to Starbucks and get 2 venti drinks and drink 2,000 calories worth of liquid diabetes in a cup. Since when do you care about your health binging out on nasties and fast food? Since fucking when? You're diabetic and you're drinking 2 bottles of wine. Alcohol converts to sugar in the bloodstream and you are diabetic. That's a big, big no-no. Since when do you care about your health? You've had blood clots in your lungs. You should be taking blood thinners. You're not. You've got an enlarged fatty liver from non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Do you care about that? No. You've got diabetes. You are morbidly obese. Morbidly. To the point where just walking around, you're out of breath. You're going through all of that. And rather than deal with it, you put on some face filters. So you don't have to face the reality that you're gaining weight rapidly and your health is going down. If you don't stop with that bullshit eating, you're going to be bedbound, girl. And Pete will not be able to take care of you. He's not trained to take care of a morbidly obese person who is bedbound. Don't pretend to have any care about your health. You don't. Clearly, you don't. You don't. You went over and you spent time with a crackhead. He gave you a bunch of STDs. If he did that and you continue to see him, that means you don't care about your health. And if you're over there doing math and cola, that really shows you don't care about your health. So please have a seat, have several seats talking about your health.
My health. Teacher, I didn't know. Oh. Mm. I'm not going to get over it till I get therapy. Not.
So when's that going to happen? You need therapy. You need it big time, but you never get it. And here's the crazy thing. If you sat down in therapy and you did not have a camera on and you didn't have to put on an act, you can just be who you really are. That might help you. But when you get on camera, you're putting on a performance, you're putting on an act. So you can't be who you really are. You got to think about the camera. You got to think about entertaining people. You got to think about what drama can I bring to YouTube to make money. It's all about the performance art and the money. You can't take the mask off and just be who you really are and talk about your real feelings in private. You need therapy, Chantal, but you'll never get it because you expect that everything you do, you got to make money with it, whether it's cleaning the house or doing your laundry, any simple adult task, you expect to be financially compensated. How about doing something that's not about YouTube, that's not about the compensation, and just doing it for your own benefit?
It's too heavy. He absolutely does that. Yeah. Oh, Dee and Anna promised to leave you alone and never contact you again so you can get over him. Perfect. Said no to the apartment. If I had said yes, we would be living together right now. So no, Dee isn't winning anything. He won't even claim her. He literally looked at her on live and said, "You're not my type."
You know, I'm of the opinion the reason why that apartment situation did not happen was not because she turned it down. I feel that Natter turned it down because if you guys remember, she wanted to get him a studio apartment. Studio apartments are very, very small. He's staying with Dee Dee in a condo. Why is he going to downgrade to a studio when he can stay with Dee Dee? It's comfortable. It's a nice place. Why is he going to downgrade to a studio? So Chantal threw out her offer of a studio. He said, "No, I don't want that. I want a nice place." She didn't have the money. So it just kind of fell through.
It's going to be a repeat with her. There's no fucking. Cat. Someone who speaks so terrible about you, how could you love him? Care about you and love you and hate watching you get hurt. Absolutely, I agree with you now. I agree with you guys when you say this to me. I deserve better. I don't deserve to be hurt. Now it looks like he's aged about 15 years since living with Dee Dee. Because
Okay, a couple of comments. Louise says, "Do you know how bad it looks when he's live and hasn't mentioned you at all, but you spend the whole time talking about him on your live?" Yeah, it looks really bad because she has an obsession with him. She's actually said on live stream, "I am addicted to this man." She said that. It came out of her mouth. It looks really bad when she's talking endlessly about him and he could care less about her. Very Good says, "Eventually you will either finally become fixated on something else and lose interest in him entirely, or you will lose the ability to give him things." You know, as far as Chantal goes, I don't know how much time she has left on YouTube, like how much more her body can take. I don't think YouTube would ever take her channel. They're giving her carte blanche to do what she wants, but she can't go on the way that she's going on. Eventually, something's got to give. It could be a medical emergency that happens, like a heart attack or a stroke or something. She has pushed her body to the absolute limit. It's breaking down. And yet, with all the warning signs it gives her, she can't be bothered. If she lost her YouTube channel, that might be the thing that could save her life because she can't indulge in cola or meth or the edibles or fast food. That might actually be life-saving to her if she lost that huge income because then she couldn't overdo the things that she overdoes right now. She's counting on this YouTube train to last forever. It'll always be here, but the question is, Chantal, will you be here forever? Are you setting yourself up health-wise to live long and prosper? No, you're not. You're cutting your life span in half with all these things.
he's super stressed out. He's got the case. He's always fighting with me.
How's he always fighting with you if you guys never talk?
And then I'm not saying this to flatter myself, but really, like, he was really looking forward to this working out with the apartment. We took days driving around fucking Papineau, Beaubier, all over fucking Montreal looking for fucking apartments.
You know, here's a theory, and I'm just tossing this out there. I think that maybe Chantal really did not want to get him an apartment. I think she dangled the idea of getting him a place like a golden carrot in his face so that he would spend more time with her. You know, she kind of like, she's a manipulator, she's a liar. So she dangled a golden carrot of, hey, Natter, I want to get you a place. And she did that so she could spend extra time with him and he would talk to her. And so she just drug that out as long as she could. That's just a theory, though.
You're not gonna, like, he was so worried about what would happen with Pete. You're not gonna continue to live with Pete once we get the apartment. Because I wanted to, like, what my plan was, attachment trauma. This isn't about Natter. It's feeling abandoned and hurt as a child. Comfort that little Chantal protector. You're right. My therapist said that exact thing. I know he doesn't care about me, but I cared about him, okay?
You know, I will halfway agree with Missy Ruth. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I think that Foodie has abandonment issues that need to be addressed by a professional. She needs therapy badly just to work through all the different layers of crap that she's got going on in her head.
And this was something that was really real for me, and my feelings are valid, and it helps me to talk through it. All right? Thank you. You wanted an apartment, so what I wanted to do was just use the apartment. Like, I'm less stressed if I'm not with him every day. No matter how much I liked him, I knew in my heart he wasn't for me. That's why I would go nuts after 2 days. Remember, like when I was like driving home, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, I'm good." No, I'm not really good because for me to get back with him, it takes berating forever. Oh, blah 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 blah. You did this, you did that, gaslighting, fucking screaming at me. I'm the fucking worst person. You make me sick. Like I'm not putting myself through that anymore. I will literally die if I stay with him. I will die of a fucking heart attack. I cannot, and I can't do it. So I think I'm really realizing that, and I'm almost surprising myself. I think. And get better and grow.
Okay, we've heard enough of this dribble. Last timestamp. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so right about here, and this has to do with the case.
Thinking and talking are more easy to do than actions. You want me to smoke on the balcony? That means I have to fucking roll. You want me to go roll one? What time is it? Well, oh, I just gotta tell my new boyfriend.
Oh, please.
Sing Bjork. You'll be given love. What is Pastina? Peach wine, yum.
I guess I missed it, but she addressed the pending court case. So enough with that. Let's go on to the comments. Penelope says Chantal's repeated attempts to get Natter to engage. 1. All these men she's talking to, no response. Constant reminders about payday, no response. Always talking about him on stream, no response. Message for Father's Day, no response. General full concern about him, no response. Endless angry community posts about him and Dee Dee, no response. Arrangement with motorcycle guy, no response. Payday finally arrives, yay, let's splurge, still no response. Waving that wad of cash around on screen, no response. All that cannabis she wanted to gift him because empath Chantal, no response. Getting a much better quality hotel in Montreal. Will be interesting to see if Natter already or if he does bite this time. Yeah, she's been doing the most to get a response from him. Although I do question the no response part because we did hear her in Dee's apartment and the two of them talking. Miss Powers says heartbreak is not what led Chantal to the police. What led her to the police was her jealousy and bitterness. We all saw the stream. Yep, it wasn't about seeking justice for a wrong that was done. It was about, I'm going to get back at you and I'm going to try to split you and Dee up because she's been there for the longest and it's driving me insane. It was all vindictive. Joan Odson says Dee must love the peace and quiet when it's your turn to babysit. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she loves the peace and quiet and time away from him. I'm sure that's the only time she gets sleep. Laura of the Valley says, when laying up in a cheap, dirty lingerie and Halloween wigs don't entice Natter back, let's go on random trips to flaunt our money. That should work, right? Yep, she tried it. Prince Songs Remind You of Me says, as soon as you ended the stream, Natter got a text and had to go away from the camera and mouth something to Dee. I'm guessing it was Chantal is on her way to pick me up. Hey, do y'all remember the last time Natter said he had a new girlfriend, Ashley the Ashtray, but it was really Chantal? He said tonight he has another new girlfriend. One more thing. Did y'all catch Chantal when she said she doesn't lie to her Beezers, then say, well, I only lie when I'm back with Natter. I'm so excited, y'all. Wedding arc incoming. You know, I wish at this point they would get married and get it over with. It just needs to happen. Lucille says, so is she spending the morning day with Natter in court today? That is why she is in such a good mood. Yeah, she gets to spend time around him. You can always tell when they've been together because she's in such a good mood for at least a couple of days. Fibronalcy fan says, Dee wins again. I remember desperately Baby Jane screaming, how can I win? How can I win? Institutionalize yourself and we all win. Yeah, because she's driving us all insane. Greek Neek says, Natter went offline the same time you did. You think everyone is so stupid. I just want a random hotel near where Natter is so no one will put the two together. God, Bear Paws caught in the cookie jar again. Yeah, and she tries to hide it, but yet she's not very good at it. So what's the sense in doing it? Mama J says, see how proper that bathroom was? Towels all in place. She didn't just have a nice bath. Nope, because if you had a shower, you know, the towels are all used and stuff. She didn't take a shower. And that's crazy. You're in a nice hotel room, nice clean bathroom. Why not take a shower? I mean, what's the point of getting a nice room if you're not going to really use it that much? Queen Natter El Shami says, suddenly needs to get off for a generic, vague reason. What another coincidence. Nat is still on live. People, especially our very, very gullible members, underestimate how intensely obsessed she is with him. Well, that's because the new Beezers, they're not used to her yet. They've not gotten hip to her lies. They'll get hip and then they'll leave. And then the cycle will continue because other people will come in and not know what's up. And see, everybody's saying she's talking about Natter again. Annie McDougall says, did you end up eating the whole minibar? I would have brought snacks with me or gone to a restaurant. I hope you brought your CPAP. I hope you venture out and experience what beautiful city has to offer. Yeah, she really did that. She raided the minibar and the snacks and she ate everything. And that's ridiculous because, like I said, that can be very expensive in a hotel. They're not giving you that stuff for free. If you use it, you got to pay for it. Let's see, looking for a good comment here. Simone Tati says, BBB, bed-bound beauty, poor Pete's. As a caretaker, he's going to face very hard times without Chantal. Yeah, Feats is not set up to take care of anybody who's bedbound, especially somebody who's morbidly obese. He's not a trained medical professional. So if that's what she's counting on, if she's bedbound, Feats will take care of her. He's not trained to do so. Bad Seed says, I hope you are not his alibi tomorrow in court, especially if it's the May case. You will never be forgiven. I don't care if you love him, feel sorry for him. You're letting a predator walk and letting him victimize others. So there's a rumor going around that the reason why Chantal is in Montreal is she's going to go pick Natter up and she might be his alibi in court. Can't confirm that, no receipts, but that's the feeling everybody has. Let's see. Shelly G says, all those snacks and drinks in your room are ridiculously overpriced. Wait till you see your bill. Oh yeah, her bill's going to be insane. But you know what? If she's got money in her pocket, she don't care. She really don't care. She'll just spend more money. And then in a week or two, she'll say, I'm broke. I'm broke, y'all. Well, if you're broke, that's not our problem. Should have thought of that before you got that stupid room. Don't come to us and expect us to compensate for you for your stupid choices. So this react is already a little over what I want it to be. I think I'll stop it here. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching and please take care. Bye-bye.